Hi Leo, welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot and welcome to your cards for September. What do I want to say for you? Because I pick up this feeling, Leo, of exhaustion. And that is indicative of repeated cards, including one in the center of your 9 block card is the 4 of Swords. So I think September for Leo is a time of rest. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. We have Virgo season. It's a trip around your 2nd house. Now the sun transiting through your 1st could be a time of extreme vitality, meaning you've had breakthroughs, you've reached goals, you really pushed for something. With that Leo new moon, there was kind of this force that came over you, this need to correct things. And then September comes, and instinctively you know it is a time of rest. Now you are coming out as the Temperance card. The Temperance card is always my card of alchemy, meaning that things are getting alchemized within you internally, subconsciously. And when I pair that with the 4 of Swords, I see a lot of spiritual growth here. I see a lot of spiritual retreat as well. And I think the universe, Leo, is sort of giving you this gift of time. Now, the 3 of Wands next to the card of Temperance, the 3 of Wands is the first card out in your 9-card block. So I think you know that big things are coming. I think there's things you're getting ready to do, things that you want to move on in your life, kind of like resetting the goals. So that's the energy I've got, is that you reached a culmination in one part of your life. And now is a time of rest and settling so that you could set your sights on that next thing that you want to achieve. And September is a preparation for that, because Leo, what happens is Venus starts to move into Leo. And you get ready to make big moves in a different way. This is a gift of time that you have before the next giant leap comes into your life. And it's an opportunity to let go of some stuff that's going on below the surface within you. Temperance card underneath that is card number 50, Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. For all intents purposes, you have to understand that September is going to be a little bit of a trial and error kind of energy, okay? We have Venus and Mars kind of doing this little dance with Saturn at the same time, our masculine and our feminine energy. There's a drive to go out and get things with that Mars energy, but he's in retrograde. So as Mars moves into retrograde from September 9th, we sort of take a step back from our needs, from our desires, from achieving those goals. And that's a time of rest for you. And I think it's much needed, because it's a time where you can kind of overcome those internal obstacles, those internal blockages that would cause anything that you're manifesting in that 3 of Wands to kind of lag, you know, blocks that are occurring within your manifestation cycle. And we're clearing those things out now. The universe really wants you to receive what it is that you want. But you need to open a path. You need to open those doorways. Three of Wands underneath Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time, and it's lucky because you're getting time to rest before that next big thing. It truly is a bonus for you. I think there's so much to be gained spiritually this month. There's time. Maybe some of the things that you've been working on, you receive a lot of delays, a lot of cancellations. But I don't see it causing any stress or worry. Now let's take a look at this 9-card block. We have the Three of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Four of Wands. So right away, there's a lot of desire and there's a lot of love within the situation. Three of Wands is when we get our sight set on something that we want. This is a desire. This is a hunger. This is planting the seed of that manifestation. This is you, Leo, looking out into the world and saying, what is next? What do I want to achieve in this next cycle? Now, because Venus moves into your sign, there's a vitality and a renewal of what is in your heart. And Three of Wands is always indicative of what is truly in our heart, especially when underneath that card is the card of Leo, the Six of Wands, meaning victory, meaning the things that you set your sights on now in September will easily come to you. They will easily be achieved. You may be getting some form of recognition for the hard work that you've put in the previous weeks or the previous months. The King of Cups is a beautiful energy of emotional maturity and emotional stability. It is the balance between the masculine and the feminine, really, because the King of Cups has no lack mentality, meaning he is not worried that he cannot provide for the people that he loves. Now that could mean financially, and it could also mean emotionally. The King of Cups is emotionally ready, and he's next to this Four of Wands, meaning ready for a commitment. It's often representative of my marriage card. It's the coming together of energies, making a commitment, making something long-term and stable. And it's certainly a card of celebration. It's something that represents an achievement as well as a connection to others. Now, Leo, I think that's what you are willing and wanting to invite into your life at this time, is a connection. You have a Three of Wands, a Six of Wands, and a Two of Cups. Other people are going to play a very significant role for you in the month of September. And I think there's something happening in Leo's life that sort of transforms their view on partnerships and their idea of leadership. And I think that September is going to be a month when you start to really reckon with your ego, with your desires and why, Leo. Now this King of Cups comes out with the Four of Swords underneath, as well as the Five of Pentacles. So the King of Wands, the emotional stability that you want to achieve within this situation requires that you rest, that you meditate, that you connect to other realms. It could mean that your body quite literally needs you to rest more in September if you find yourself going to bed early. If you find yourself needing to kind of just crawl under the covers, needing to take time to yourself, needing to cut back on the demands of everybody else. Because the Four of Swords, we could kind of form this boundary, for our own mental health. where we have to start to say no to things that we cannot provide for others at this time. We have to provide for ourselves. It's a lot about self-care. It's a lot about resting of the mind. And I think because it comes out next to the Devil card, and the Devil card is underneath the Four of Wands, there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety around your self-worth, around, it feels like immense pressure to achieve a goal, to be a certain something for somebody. There feels like there's a lot of pressure behind this. Now, I don't think that the pressure is actually coming from another person. And I think that's where Leo, the more that they learn to rest and form healthy boundaries, can step into some real emotional and spiritual progress in September. Okay, the Devil card, the card of Saturn, these are the blocks that are keeping you from reaching this Four of Wands status. And you know, this could be your ability to be able to enjoy what you have achieved. I'm very much picking up on an energy who is somebody who has worked and worked really hard and has started to reach these goals, have these achievements, maybe financial achievements, financial security and abundance. And yet there's an inability to step into that reality. Like, you've already achieved it. You already have those things, and yet you are not able to celebrate them. It could be a feeling of not having anybody to share these things with. And September might be a time when you really start to look at yourself, look at how sometimes your ego does not serve you. And that might be the reasons why you don't have somebody or a certain connection in your life to share these things with. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have somebody. It just might be indicative that you don't see it clearly yet. There's a lot of wands in this reading, and that's a lot of fire energy, which means it's a lot of masculine energy, as well as the King of Cups, masculine energy. The need to protect yourself, protect your reputation, protect your expectations, a need to protect yourself emotionally, and so you withdraw from situations. The Devil card is indicative of toxic behavior and the ways that we get in our own way. It talks to us about our fears, and if you have fears about sharing and connecting with others, then rest assured those things are going to come to the surface in the month of September for you to heal. September feels like it's it's a time of recovery. It could mean that you simply made the decision to break free of any addictions that you have in your life, anything that holds power over you in any way, shape, or form. It could be freedom from debt, freedom from worry, freedom from stress, freedom from an addiction, a substance abuse issue, or sex addiction, shopping addiction, whatever it is that tends to hold you down. And the Nine of Swords in reverse means that you're coming out of this. You're recovering. There may have been a period in the past of a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of fears and anxiety. Fears and anxiety that whatever it is you have achieved here so far in your career, in your personal life, in your relationships, can easily slip away from you. That Five of Pentacles talks to me about abandonment issues, about the fear of losing everything. The King of Cups is when sometimes it's a Scorpio energy. It's sometimes you don't allow yourself to truly open up. You don't open up your heart chakra enough to allow this fear mentality, this lack mentality to dissipate from your life. You're kind of always in this mode of what can go wrong, how to play it safe, playing it safe emotionally, maybe not opening up to somebody because you're afraid of rejection. But you're getting out of that fear, that devil energy. You're breaking a cycle and you're reaching your own new levels of stability. I think through September, you're going to start to be able to celebrate yourself, to be really proud, because it's Six of Wands is a victory card. You have reached so much. You have so many people looking to you and seeing you as a success story. And it is when you see yourself that way, when you start to see yourself in that worth, that you can draw people to you, Two of Cups, that resonate in that vibration as well. If you're in a partnership and there seems to be any kind of distance in it this month, it's going to be okay. I see no indication of a relationship ending. What is ending is codependency and toxic issues within the relationship. You know, maybe ways in which you base your self-worth on the opinions and attention you get from others, Leo. That's sort of your thing. Because your ego, and it's not a bad thing because you wear your heart on your sleeve, and yet there's a fear of getting hurt. So if somebody isn't showing you affection and love, then you tend to shy away from it. That's the thing that people don't understand about Leos, is there's also a quiet shyness within them. Their light shines when others see them in a certain way. And anything toxic within that, any doubts you have within yourself are simply dissolving this month so that you could step into that light and allow others to see you and embrace you and celebrate you. This is a lucky time. Six of Wands. Things, it's almost a magical energy of things starting to come together. And there might be times this month where you achieve that big thing, or kind of one success after another. The job is going really well, win, win, win. And yet there is something within you that still does not feel satisfied, that still does not feel fulfilled. I get a sense that the career elements of your life, the creative projects, are really turning out wonderful. And yet there is a connection, an emotional attachment in your life that seems to be taking a step backwards. But the step backwards is a blessing. And there is no need for you to worry or lose sleep or to think that you are losing this person, their affection, if you're missing out on an opportunity. No. This time is for you to rest and connect with your higher source. It would be extremely beneficial at this time for you to seek counsel in somebody. You know, my Four of Swords card is always a card indicative of it's a beneficial time to seek therapy, to seek help from others. In any way, shape, or form. Maybe you want to make an appointment with a therapist or even a spiritual advisor. It's also indicative that spiritual healing in some way, the need to connect to something greater than yourself, a belief in a higher spirit, faith in the universe, would be highly beneficial to you at this time. So you can kind of sort through what is ego, what is fear, and what is love. Four of Swords, the need to allow yourself to rest. You've gone through a great period of push, right? To achieve all of the things that you've achieved so far. It was a lot of work. It was a push. And September is going to force you to take a step back and rest. And the more that you resist it, the more physical things can occur that could force you to have to rest. Mars in retrograde is a really popular time for people to break a leg or do something crazy that forces them to kind of literally be on bed rest of some way. So if you're fighting the universe, you're almost inviting a tower moment in that forces you to take a rest. Now that could be within a relationship as well. Maybe there are outside circumstances. Maybe somebody's quarantined, or, a situation in which you cannot be together. And yet it is an opportunity to truly come to terms with how you feel about this partnership. An opportunity to clear out any toxic traits within it and within yourself. Four of Swords and the void of course moon. Nothing will come of the situation. If you in any way, shape, or form have to pull back in September, it certainly does not mean you're going to miss an opportunity. That is a promise from the universe. Nobody is going to turn their back on Leo while he's taking a rest. See, I think people are seeing you for the hard work you've done. And I think they're grateful for you. And I think if Leo were to say, I need a few days off, or I need some time to myself, the people in your life, your people, will be very supportive. And anybody who's not supportive, anybody who's not understanding that Leo needs rest, is meant to leave. It is codependent, then it is toxic. If people cannot survive without your constant attention, that is not a healthy situation. There is healing to be done in September. And this is absolutely the best gift the universe could have given you. Now you have void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. And underneath that is card number 43, deep knowing, breaking down to a 7. This is a time period where you get to know yourself better, Leo. It's simply a gift of introspection, so you could understand yourself, your motives, your needs, your drives, and make the adjustments where they need to be. And this is a time to follow your intuition. So if other people are feeling like you're being lazy, anybody cross-reading for a Leo right now, the more resting, literal resting that they do, the more time that they spend in meditation and deep thought, the more they're actually going to achieve. See, the universe is talking to you, Leo, in dreams, in the dream state, in meditation. All the answers that you need to get through this are literally coming to you from the universe in a conversation. Literally a conversation. These are signs you won't be able to miss. So be open to the breakthroughs, the downloads that you get throughout the month, the aha moments. The, oh my gosh, I see what role I play in this situation. Now you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, which is reluctant to make an offer, to make that first move, to achieve stability within a situation. Underneath that is a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo, which we have at the end of September, which will trine Saturn, meaning that it's time to invest in the long term. And the beginning and middle of September is simply a time for you to rest and release any fears or any toxic behavior or mind patterns or thought patterns at this time, so that you are prepared to make this offer, this new beginning. Truth be told, card number 14, breaking down to a 5, is a beautiful card, because it's when you reach moments of self-truth. Now, Venus in Leo energy can be selfish. It can be a time where we're waiting for others to give to us. But a new moon in Virgo is shining a light on what we need to give to the situation. If we were holding back in any way, shape, or form because we were afraid of rejection, playing it safe because our ego told us it's not worth the risk of getting hurt, truth be told, you will see the situation so clearly in September. And Virgo energy, you will have the intelligence, the discernment to know what you did wrong, what you did right, who should stay, who should go. Truth be told, this is when you begin to dictate to the universe the things that you want, and you are sure of them. Now, another card fell out on the table, and I don't like to take cards off when that happens, so you also got poised. Card number 48, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's the preparation before the next big thing, before that next big goal achievement. Poised, getting ready. There's so much here about getting ready to achieve that big thing. And here's a couple of weeks to clear out any doubt that you don't deserve this thing. We're clearing out any lack of confidence, any lack of motivation. We're not judging ourselves in September. It's very easy to get into that energy during Virgo season. We could tend to become very self-critical. Now you have Virgo in your second house of money. It does play on your self-worth issues. So if there is ever a time in your life where you start to learn the bigger picture and start to realize that you're allowed to want the good things in life. You're allowed to want partnership. You're allowed to want healing in your life. It brings healing. Virgo always delivers healing. And it's to your ego and your self-worth, which is your vitality and your motivation. Leo, playing it safe in love and not truly giving of yourself and not seeking out true partnership, true love, not surface stuff, not it looks good on paper stuff, not they check all my boxes stuff. I'm talking Two of Cups, soulmate, stability, devotion kind of love. You have to know you deserve that. Once you know that, once you clear out any of that doubt, once you see yourself in that kind of light, others will see you in that light as well, and they're just naturally attracted to you. There is no need for self-doubt. There is no need for anxiety. There's no need for negativity. And that is what's getting cut out in order for you to obtain that Four of Wands. Clearing out the mind space so that you can have the emotional stability. This is an incredible reading, Leo. There's so much hope. Oh, I didn't do your oracle cards. Underneath the rhino spirit, I am the loving energy of the universe. Yeah, this is all Virgo season for you. This is stepping into your ability to be loved. Deep inner release is a spiritual path in and of itself. It is the path of non-resistance, the path of acceptance, the path of surrender, the path of least resistance, Leo. Take a step back so you could feel your way through this. Go towards what feels natural, what feels easy. Listen to your body. Now is not a time to push. Remember that September is a gift. So use it to nurture yourself. Use it to heal. So you could bring this next thing in. All right, Virgo. I'm sorry, Leo. Oh my gosh. I was looking at the new moon in Virgo card. Okay, so I will be back a couple times this month with some pick a card readings because we have some major planetary shifts happening in September. It's important to take care of yourself, Leo, because it could get a little dicey and it's easy to slip into that fear mode, that anxiety mode, especially when Mars is retrograde, meaning that we feel a little bit vulnerable and like we have to protect ourselves. So it's a good time to practice being present in the moment and reminding yourself that you are safe, okay? Being grounded is really important this month. Also, hydration. Not sure why I felt the need to tell you that, but drink lots of water. Okay, Leo, lots of love. Can't wait to see you in October. Bye.